What's going on? NFL Dynasty League. It's the Commissioner Flex, League Manager, whatever you like to call me. Why the Knicks hat? Simple. It's NBA tip-off week. So I'm just reminding all those that are in the NBA leagues, make sure you check it out. The game started yesterday. Things are under progress. Sorry the show's a day late behind. Had to do a couple things. My nephew's birthday yesterday. But let's get back up into the league and let's get up inside these standings here. North Division right now, you got that being headed by the Chicago Bears, 5-2. Then you got the Baltimore Ravens, the Green Bay Packers, and the Bengals now all tied for second place with 4-3 records, all one game back. So that can be a quick switch or upper. Southern Division or the South Division, that right now is being headed by a two-way tie between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans, both 5-2 in the division. Jaguars are 3-4, 2 games back, and then you got the Dolphins 1-6, 4 games back. And we switch on over to the East Division, where that right now is currently being headed by the New York Giants. Big up to Jennifer. That's right, Jennifer. She's a chick. She is leading the division right now, 4-3. Tied up in second place would be myself and Ron, the Orlando Patriots, and the New York Jets with 3-4 records, and the Dallas Cowboys holding up the rear with a 1-6 record, 3 games back in the division. Now we'll get up into the scoreboard for last week's matchups. Run through it real quick. And I don't know what's going on, man. I can see the lag right now on the computer. But let's keep it moving. First matchup, I got crushed. That was the New York Jets going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Score on that matchup, 147-86. Leading score for the Bengals, Carson Palmer with 31 points. Leading score for the Jets, Drew Brees with his horrible game and his 16 points. Next matchup put the Dallas Cowboys 1-6 up against the Atlanta Falcons, who were 5-2. Another squash match. Pretty much put up over 100 points on the man. Score on that matchup, the Falcons 176, the Dallas Cowboys 73. Next matchup put the Green Bay Packers up against the Chicago Bears. The Bears are taking out that matchup 106-97. Let me get back and rewind to the last matchup real quick, just because it shows here, and I forgot to mention the leading scores. Leading score for Dallas was Dwayne Bowe with 20 points. Leading score for the Falcons, Roddy White with his 32 points on the team's week last week. And now we switch back down to, like I said, the Bears winning last week's matchup. Leading score for the Bears, Darren McFadden with 48 points. Leading score for the Packers, Jason Campbell with 18 points. Other side of the board, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Miami Dolphins last week. The Dolphins get their first win, close win. The matchup was decided by 6 points. The matchup was 112-106. Leading score for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Adrian Peterson with 28 points. Leading score for the Dolphins was Percy Harvin with 24 points. And we move on up to our fifth matchup of the week last week, which was the Orlando Patriots taking on the Tennessee Titans. Friendship rivalry matchup there. The Tennessee Titans came out on top on this one, 136-101. Leading score for the Orlando Patriots, Phillip Rivers with 16 points. Leading score for the Tennessee Titans, for the Tennessee Titans, Steve Johnson with 21 points. And the last matchup of the week put the New York Giants up against the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams right now currently tied with 4-3 records. However, last week's matchup went to the Giants, which put her on top of the division. 143-108 was the score on that matchup. Leading score for the Giants, Hakeem Nicks with 24 points. Leading score for the Ravens, Lee Evans with 30 points. And that was last week's matchups. So we'll go ahead and get into a preview of this week's matchups. That's going to put the Baltimore Ravens up against the New York Jets. The Ravens are 4-3, the Jets are 3-4. Flip-flop records. Let's see what happens this week. Last week I had a bye week, so I was pretty hurt. I deserved the loss. I mean, my bench was whack. Let's move on up to the next matchup. That puts the 3-4 Orlando Patriots up against the 1-6 Dallas Cowboys. And the third matchup puts the 1-6 Dolphins up against the 4-3 Packers. Let's see how that matchup moves along. Then you also have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 3-4, taking on the East Division leader, the New York Giants, who are 4-3. So an also flip-flop matchup based on the records. Then you got the two heavyweight matchups. You got the Tennessee Titans, who is 5-2, going up against the 5-2 Chicago Bears. Let's see what happens next week. Let's see who's on top of that division. Let's see if anybody falls. And in the last matchup of the week, after coming off a big win, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are at 4-3, will take on the other league's heavyweight, which would be the Atlanta Falcons, who are 5-2. Big ups to Tony Brown, holding down the team. And that has been the Fantasy Flex, folks. I'm Flex. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, don't be confused. This is the show for the Dynasty League. I'm just rocking the Knicks cap because it is tip-off week. Holla at your boy. Any comments or anything like that, throw it up in the C-box. I don't know what the hell's going on. I just saw it today. It's looking all crazy. I might have to fix it. I might not. I know it's acting all up inside the basketball league, so I'll check that out. But anything else, just let me know. Send your boy an email. This is Flex. This has been the Fantasy Flex. This is the Week 7 edition, and we out. Peace.